Good morning everyone, this is Monique. I'm a physiotherapist and I'm here today to teach you some gentle strength and balance exercises. Before we start, I just want to make sure that you're safe. Your safety above all is our priority. I also want to tell you that these exercises are general, so they're not tailored individually for you. So you're going to have to take responsibility at home to keep your own safety. So having said that, if you still feel okay to start, let's set up your environment. So as you can see, I'm in my kitchen, and I guess everybody at home has their own kitchen. What we're going to do is make sure we've got a chair. This is just a standard height chair. It's a firm chair. I can get out of it. Some people may not be able to stand up easily out of their chair. If that's you, then maybe a chair with some armrests would help you. And you could also, for safety, have another chair in front of you. So I'll just show you what I mean. Once we start exercising, we might be standing up behind our chair and holding on. So I'm going to be really safe, set up my environment. I'm going to have a chair in front. I might need to push up like this to stand up, and I'll hold on to my chair. Now, because I've got a chair in front to hold on to and a chair behind, if I get tired, I can just sit down. And when I say if I get tired, don't worry, I won't be, but you may. So everybody out there, we've got a whole lot of different people watching, a whole lot of different abilities, and above all, we want you to stay safe. So that's number one, safety. Now, when I teach you the exercises, I'm just going to show you different levels of doing them. So first of all, our first level will be the easiest one, and then we'll make it a little bit harder for those who are more able. Now, these exercises are for helping you stay independent at home, and goodness knows we want to do that, especially in these times. In fact, that's why I'm doing these sessions, because I know a lot of you are at home now. It's probably a big shock to you to think that you have to stay home every day, and a lot of you are probably used to going out and doing some activities, including exercise sessions. So we're going to make these as safe as we can and as general as we can. So it's really up to you. Please stay safe at home and let's enjoy ourselves. So today I thought we'd start with some exercises from a program I've been running in Sydney and in Brisbane actually. This is called the Stay Standing program, and this is the same name as my organisation. So I've also put all these resources up onto a free platform that you can download. You can have a look at it, and it's free. Feel free to visit, and I'll put the link up later on the Facebook page. Anyway, when you go to this website, you can download this book, and it gives you an introduction to gentle exercises for the older age group. So one of the things that we've been training in the program is effective balance. And there are certain things that are effective for balance training. I'll go into those another time because I know you want to do your exercises. So let's just start with the first one in the book. So on page 8 of my book here, I've got the exercise instruction. We've got a picture of how to do it. We've got the easy version at the top, and then down the bottom it tells you the harder way or the more challenging way once you get used to the easy way. So I'm going to show you now, we'll go step by step through each exercise, and I'm going to tell you what they're for. And these exercises I want to tell you are from a world famous program called the Otago Exercise Program. This was designed in New Zealand a couple of decades ago. It's been researched very widely around the world, and it's been shown to improve older adult independence and reduce falls risk. So that's great, isn't it? So let's get into it. So the first exercise in the book, now as you can see, just digressing, I've got my chair, but I'm also in my kitchen. So really the kitchen bench is probably safer if you want to have support. But if you just want to use your chair with the two chairs set up, that's fine as well. So here we go. The first exercise in the book is called the heel raises. And this one is to strengthen your calves. So all it is, it's really simple. It's really simple. All you do is go up on your toes. And you can see that this is exercising my calf muscle. So I'm just going to hold onto my bench for safety, and I'm going to go up and down. So let's start that. Let's try maybe about 10 to 15 just to start you off. If you're not used to exercise, this might make your calf muscles a bit sore. So here we go. We're up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, because we've done 10 and you're probably so good at it already, I'm going to get you to hold it up here, make it a little bit harder. We're going to keep our heels off the floor for 10 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, and relax. Walk it out. Have a little shake. Shake it off. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is make it a bit harder. Now, if you're okay with the things we just did, then let's try and progress you a little more. But if that was hard for you, then just stop and watch, maybe have a rest. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is go up on our toes, and we're going to just not hold on quite as hard with our hands. So I'm going to actually take my fingertips to the bench, or I'm going to even lift my hand off the bench. Notice I'm right in front of the bench, so I'm really safe. And I'm holding up there for about 3 seconds. You can see my feet are wobbling. We'll talk about that in a little while. That's a good sign. I hope your feet are wobbling too. And come back down. Okay, how did that go? All right, let's try that again. 2 more times. Up we go, fingertips, and then off the bench, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Okay. Now, just out of interest, I know you're probably all watching this and don't have your computer at hand or your mobile phone to send comments or likes or hearts, but if you can, let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. If there's a problem with the sound or anything, just give me some feedback and we'll do our best to adjust. Thanks. Okay, one more round. Here we go. Up on our heels. Take the hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. Great. Walk it out. Okay. Now the next little thing we've got in the book is called sideways walking. Sideways walking, that's to strengthen your hips. And when we walk normally, we're taking our weight from one leg to the other. And you probably don't even think about this, but your hips need to be strong to support your body weight. So we're going to practice just moving our weight from one side to the other. Now some people may find this a challenge, so just hold on to the bench again. And other people, this will be really, really easy for you. So we're going to make it more hard for the people that find that easy. So here we go. If you want to make it harder, we're going to dip and then come up. Dip and come up. Dip and come up. Now, if that's too hard for you, just do the step to the side. Step to the side. Now, if you are lucky enough to have a nice long kitchen bench, then let's just go around the kitchen bench and then come back. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now remember to keep to your level that you're able to do. Just want you to be safe. Hold on to the bench. Okay, so that was for these muscles here. The next exercise in the book is called heel toe standing, and this is a fantastic balance exercise for anyone. So one of the principles of balance training is to reduce what they call your base of support. So your base of support is anything that's holding you up. basically anything you're in contact with on the ground. This bench also is part of my base of support at the moment because I'm holding onto it. That could include a walking aid, anything like that. So what I'm doing is lining my feet up in a straight line, and that is making my base of support much smaller than it normally would be. Then I'm going to slightly bend my knees, and that stops me from resting bone on bone, and it engages my muscles. Then I'm going to lift my chest up nice and tall as far as I can, keep my head up. Notice I've still got my hand on the bench, and I'm just going to stay there for about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now some of you will find that way too easy. So if you did find that too easy, we can make it a bit harder for you by taking your hand off the bench. Now, I'm even starting to wobble. My balance is a bit out of practice, which is good, so we'll do this together. So let's have a go with this one. Same leg forward, or we'll just give the other foot a turn in a minute, but we'll just keep like this for now. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you felt your feet and ankles wobbling, that's great because that means your brain is communicating with your nervous system and your muscles to change length and tension to keep your balance. Okay, to make that one harder, we would go up on one leg or even up on our toes, and that reduces your base even more. We won't do that today, but that's just something to bear in mind. And the other thing, if you wanted to make it harder, is to not hold on, of course. But for your safety, if you're an older adult and you have a bit of a balance issue, I highly recommend that you hold on to your bench or your chair. Okay, let's put the other foot in front now and give the other leg a go. So what do? Do you remember? We're going to bend down a little bit. We're going to keep our body up tall, head up, and maybe just a fingertip or a hand on top of the bench. And we're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Okay, this time I'm going to make it a little bit harder for myself. I'm reducing my base of support by taking my hands off the bench. If I was a person with poor balance, I would not do that. I would just keep my hand in contact with the bench or just above it. Okay, but because I'm 54, not 84, I'm going to do it this way. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic. How do you feel? If you feel a little bit sore in your muscles when you're doing this, just shake them out, give them a little massage. Okay, the next standing up exercise we have is called the side hip strengthening exercise. And I'm keeping to the names that the exercises are given in the Otago exercise program. So the side hip strengthening exercise is to strengthen these muscles on the sides of your hips, funnily enough, and they are useful to keep your pelvis level when you're walking. So all these exercises, you'll notice, are really good for just everyday mobility to keep older adults active. So here we go. When we walk and we take a foot, so I'm just explaining this at the moment, this is not yet the exercise. When we take a step, our hips need to stay level because our foot has to clear the floor to get the heel down for the next step. And this exercise helps train the hips to stay strong to do that. So this is the exercise now. Okay, so we're going to put our fingers on our bench. We're going to stand up nice and tall, and the leg is going to go straight to the side. Now, sometimes this exercise is done badly and people end up leaning to the side and it looks like this. So they're not really getting the movement from the hip. We want you to keep your body up as tall as you can, hold onto the bench, take the legs straight out to the side. Another tip for this exercise to get the correct muscle to activate is to lead with the heel, not with the toe. So don't point your toe outwards. If anything, point your heel outwards. That will get the correct muscle working at the hip. So let's try that again. Stand up nice and tall. Take the hip out, the heel outwards. Okay, so let's count to 10 on each leg with that. 1, 2, and you should feel it around here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now some people have sore knees, don't they? And when they stand on one leg, that can make their knees sore if they've got a pre-existing condition. What I recommend, if that's you, is that you bend the knee slightly. So bend the knee slightly on the supporting leg, and that will take the pressure off your knee joint. It also activates the other leg's muscles, so you might get a good workout on that leg as well. Now we're going to change sides. We're going to make this the supporting leg, and we're going to move this other leg. So I'll just show you what that looks like from the side. So I'm going to, maybe I'll just bend my knee slightly. I'm holding onto my bench, and here we go. Straight out to the side. So it's straight out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Now, if that's left you feeling a bit tired, just have a little seat. You can pause this clip and catch up later. Meanwhile, the rest of us will keep going. So, there's only 2 more exercises that we usually do in this Stay Standing program. And they are chair exercises. So I'm going to get my trusty chair. Remember, if you have trouble with your balance, a good idea is to put the other chair in front of you. And I might just demonstrate that now so that you know what I mean. Okay, make sure that if you do have poor balance, you make things safe for yourself when you exercise. We recommend having a glass of water nearby in case you get a bit thirsty or hot. Have some good ventilation, and preferably somewhere really pleasant that you enjoy to be. So here's my chair. Now if I was unsteady on my feet, I could push up like this, and then I could use this chair in front of me if I need to as a safety net, and then I could come back down. So because I'm not unsteady on my feet, I'm just going to move this, and I will show you the exercises. So there's only 2 that we're going to do today in our chair. The first one is sitting to stand. So this one is a very basic activity we need for everyday life. Once you lose the ability to stand out of a chair by yourself, then you become dependent on other people to help you. And this is the sort of thing we need to do when we're getting out of bed in the morning, getting on and off a toilet, to and from a dining table, in and out of a car, or any sort of chair you can think of. So here we go. So I'm coming to the edge of my chair, still supported, and I'm going to also, another safety tip is if you are a bit unsteady, you could also rest the chair against something that won't move. Okay, so I can't move my chair now, so that's a lot safer when I stand up. So here we go. I'm going to, you can see the angle. My feet are slightly behind my knees. You're sitting up tall. I'm going to do this because I can, but if you can't get out of your chair without pushing through your hands, then just do it like that. So the key thing about this exercise before we get into it is to bring your shoulders evenly over your knees. That way you're balancing both sides of your body and you're training the muscles on both sides of your body, so that in case you ever have to rely on one side more than the other, you won't have us fall as easily. So here we go. Cross the arms on the chest, lean forward and up. Now doing this slower is harder than doing it quickly. So we'll just do it slowly, maybe to the count of 4. So that's what it looks like, and now it's your turn to try. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think I took more than 4. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Now some people can do hundreds of those, and some people can only get to maybe 2 or 3 or 10. You work out what is your best number. If you need to rest, then do so. Make sure you have that support around you so that you're safe. And the other thing we can think about is the routine of exercise. So it's all very well to be doing this once or twice a week, but studies show that the most effective exercise is done around 30 minutes a day, and balance training is most effective around 30 minutes a day. I wanted to talk to you about the features of effective balance training as well, because this is very important for people over the age of 65, when we start to lose our balance a lot more and people start to have falls. At the moment, you would not want to have a fall and have to go to hospital, so it's really worth getting some strength and balance training in on a daily basis. Think about the things that you love to do, make that your reason for practice, and send me some feedback. Tell me what you like about the exercises and what you don't like. I'm going to read every comment and I will even respond. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Thank you for attending, and my assistant is telling me we have one more thing to do. Okay, we've got one more exercise. This is a TV watching exercise, so you can sit back in your chair. Make sure your back is supported, and this one is a very easy exercise. The Otago exercise program is called the front knee straightening exercise. So here it goes. It's just like that. So every time you're watching TV, or if you're online doing things in your chair, you could just do this. So here we go. Let's do 10 on each leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this exercise is one that you could even use an ankle weight for. But if you use an ankle weight, make sure that you have good knees. People who have bad knees or sore knees should not be using ankle weights. Okay, I think that's about 10, isn't it, now on that leg? Let's go to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and just make sure that you're pulling your toes towards your nose and squeezing your kneecap as tight as you can, and that will give you a nice strong quadricep action. So the muscle we're working there is called the quadriceps above the knee. You can feel that when you put your hand on your leg. So I think I've just about lost track of how many we've done. I think we'll give it one more and that'll be 10. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. We are going to have some other kinds of exercises, and we're going to talk more about balance and effective balance training. We might also find a nice spot outdoors amongst some trees, and we'll just see how that goes too. So we're going to do the next session live streaming on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that's not daylight savings, it's standard time as in Queensland. And I look forward to seeing you then. Send me your comments and your feedback. Thank you. Bye.